have a bag full of, what is this? This is a 8859 2-inch back set. They're having issues on site, so they sent the lock back with the trim to troubleshoot. So first thing I do is I notice, I took this screw out earlier, that's one of the case cover screws. First thing I do is I notice that the sticker's been removed and relocated to access that cover screw, which means that somebody's tampered with the lock. Next thing, if you take a close look, you can see the spring here is not on the retractor. I haven't opened the lock up yet. I just removed that screw because I was going to fix the retractor. But if this spring is loose, there's a reason the lock's not working. We'll know more when we take it apart. So bear with me. First thing I do is I flip the lock over. I take that cover screw. And I screw it into the retractor. So there we go. And then this is going to fasten the retractor in place. So I fasten the retractor in place, and I move on from there, which is taking the cover off. So there's 4 more screws to get the cover off. There we go. Sorry about that, I flipped things back upside down. So, 4 screws to take the cover off. You can see that the number 3, this might be a number 4. Number 4 knob spring, which is strength enough for a lever, is not in place. This uses the rigid stop block. Here's the retractor. Let's see, why is that? Okay. So, what I've got to do is I've got to reseat that spring. Got to get a pair of pliers to do that. And see if the lock starts working. I also have to go into the bag here of parts they sent and recover the retractor plate. There it is. There's the retractor plate. That goes... Oh, I got it upside down. That goes right there after the spring has been put in tension. So bear with me. Sorry about that. I had to run and get my pliers. So here we go. We grab the spring right here, and we're going to tension that spring by twisting it over and dropping it down. And I am not as good at this as Michael Bria, so bear with me. This spring, do not take it lightly. This spring can rip a halfway rip your finger off. So always take caution with the spring. Put that plate back on right there, and you can see it needs just a little bit of finagling. I'm just going to make sure that retractor pin, the retractor lever is seated properly. There we go. That's there. That's there. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting to put the cover back on. And the cylinder locking screws. So there's the cover. We got to line it up in a couple of spots on the stop, the hub, the retractor bushing, and what am I stuck on? Something's stuck. There we go. Let's try that one more time. There we go. I was stuck on the bolt tail positioning pin. So that's sliding back and forth. So now we'll put this back on. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th is the one I use to hold the retractor in place. And this is the retractor lever. And you can see when you put this screw in, you have to push the retractor lever back out of the way. So put that screw in place. There we go. Grab a lever set. You can see the interior is free to move. Exterior is rigid. If you depress the auxiliary latch, you can't card the door. And last thing is to show the cylinder latch lever in operation. Now the cylinder latch lever probably wasn't working right because the retractor spring was out of place and blocking up everything else. So now you got it working properly. Best advice is, if you have to take one of these apart, watch the instructional video first. If you don't have to take one of these apart, do not. And just note, you're voiding the warranty. That's why that sticker's over there. That's why the UL gets placed there. So there's your working lock. I'll double check the handing with the customer. Make sure he doesn't need the hubs switched. You can flip the hubs, but you cannot reverse the deadbolt on the 8800. The deadbolt, the latch bolt on the 8800 is handed. That tail is offset in height for clearance, and that's why the 8800 can go to a back set as small as 1.5 inches. All right, good luck.